Today I'm heading back over to the Fremont factory. So although I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to be doing, hopefully I'm going to be getting a lift with a guy called Tom back over to Tesla. I just hope he's got coffee. I'm way knackered. That's what I call a ride. I missed my car. I really did.
I know there's no steering wheel here.
Yeah, actually that is weird. How long have you been an owner?
2.5 years.
Oh, fantastic.
2.5 years, yeah.
Still loving it?
You know, it's the kind of thing, I can't go back. I own 2 other cars, and I never drive them anymore.
Yeah.
Because when I do, it's like, God, how come this thing doesn't slow down?
I know today's video's just gone up.
Oh, have you? Okay.
Oh yes, but that's not the one from yesterday. That's the one from the day before.
Day before, okay.
I like to be able to get around in a city sort of under my own power, because I feel like, you know, I mean, I only rode around the city for a day, but you know, you say Market Street and I know what you're talking about. Yeah. You know, and Mission and you know, all the way along the coast and everything. I've sort of got a bit of a feel for the layout of it.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I mean, it's only a 7 by 7 mile square. Yeah. So it's not.
It's kind of perfect for you know, something like a skateboard then.
Yeah. So I'm on the Tesla Motors Club, and Silicon Valley Group has its own little forum, and so I saw these people were coming to town like yourself and your colleagues, and I thought, heck, we've got to get together with these people. And so I just put it out there on the forum, and some interest, mild interest, to figure, you know, what day and where and what are we going to do and all that kind of thing. But anyway, it came together. We'll meet at the factory, and so that's what we're going to do. I've got a banner I'll put on the car, but other than that, it's finding a parking place and setting up shop, sort of. I think you mentioned you don't see many Teslas in the city.
No, you don't, do you?
Actually, they're kind of all over the Bay Area, but people don't own cars if they live in the city. I mean, you don't need it usually, so you don't get a lot of that. But they're definitely around. And my travels, I live in Marin, but I'm in Silicon Valley quite a bit. Of course, they're everywhere. There. I mean, you just.
Oh yeah, when we went over to the factory yesterday, it was a whole different story. They were everywhere. Quick food and coffee stop. Just met Tesla Evangelist. Fantastic. See, McDonald's is the place to come if you want to meet people. That is a nice blue. It's a bit of a queue forming around here.
Yeah. Just a short one.
Yeah. I think this is one of those sites they need to expand.
Yeah.
One of the things I love about Tesla though when it comes to charging compared to the other charging suppliers is they actually understand the need to build ahead of demand. Yeah. So like in the UK at the moment, in preparation for the arrival of Model 3, they're sticking in great big sort of 12 bay superchargers, and they're like 30% full, but they're aware of the fact that if they don't do that before the cars arrive, there's going to be a lot of very irate owners.
And the demographic of the Model 3 buyer they're projecting is going to be somebody that maybe doesn't even own a house or have a garage. So they're going to be dependent on superchargers.
Speaking of which, weren't you just telling me that you don't have a home charger?
I don't know.
So clearly it's not actually necessary to have one then.
Right.
If you've got a decent range.
You know, with the right approach, I bought a charger, had it in my first house. Landlord sold the house. Now I'm living in an apartment, so no charger. And where I go is I charge at the destinations. I go to Silicon Valley companies that all have charging infrastructure, as well as the supercharger infrastructure. So that's really what I use. And now wineries have chargers, and so when we go wine tasting up in the wine country, then we can stop at a couple places there and get a good, you know, good 20 kilowatt charge. So it's good.
I'm definitely going to have to go and rent myself a Model X and bring Soph and Jasper over and head on up into Napa Valley. But that's what I need to do.
We'll show you where to go.
Oh yeah.
Hey, this is Alex Guberman with Everything Tesla. My channel is usually dedicated to 60-second news that you can watch every week, but also we're doing a calendar where we feature local fashion models and Tesla cars in different beautiful locations here in California, and just regular blogs.
Cool. I'll put a link in the description. So how is Bolt doing?
All right, well, living here in Silicon Valley, I really don't need to see stats per se, or sales stats, because I know exactly how Bolt is doing. I go out all the time, and I think I've seen 3 in the last half a year since they started selling them. So I know they're not doing very well, and I don't blame it. Everybody who I know who is interested or already has an electric car hasn't even considered Bolt, to be honest with you. It's either Tesla or maybe like a Leaf or i3. Bolt is almost never in the conversation.
Why is that, do you think?
I think that it's ugly. I mean, first of all, let's just be honest. A lot of electric cars are just ugly. Secondly, it doesn't have as good of deals as a Leaf would have. Like, you can lease Leaf for 150 bucks, but the Bolt still holds its price, so you have to pay more money, and people just don't want to. And also, if you're somebody who is, you know, looking to buy a car, especially this year in that price range, you can just wait for half a year and get a car like a Tesla Model 3 or a used Model S for the same price. That's going to be 5 times as good, and a good looking car too.
Yeah, Bolt's not exactly cheap, is it? I went onto a Chevrolet dealer website and had a look, and I think it was like $35,000 to $42,000.
All of these cars, even the Leaf, would go all the way there, but the incentives that Leaf manufacturer, you know, like Toyota would, I mean, Nissan would give or Toyota will give to their electric vehicles is so big that you can lease them very cheap. But Bolt is still doesn't really, they don't know yet that they don't have a winner in their hands, so they're still charging a full price. So it is kind of expensive, and again, with Model 3 coming up, you know, you wait for half a year, you save money, buys you so much more than it. I don't think it's a no-brainer. And here in the Bay Area, we have a lot of used Model S cars, and you can buy them also for like even as low as 35, 40 grand, which is even cheaper than some Model 3s are going to be. Yeah. So people are just going for it because it's not a problem, you know.
I've always personally thought that when it comes to an electric car, the actual car is only half of what you're buying. You know, you need to have that charging infrastructure, and that seems very lacking when it comes to the Bolt. I mean, GM don't make any effort to actually install quick chargers and make sure that they work and are cheap and things like that. Whereas, you know, Tesla, look where we are, 12-bay supercharger.
I think that's maybe the most damaging thing to all of the competitors of Tesla. They no matter how good of a car they can come up with, which they haven't yet, the commitment is not there. I mean, infrastructure is part of a commitment, right? Service centers that can service electric cars and have enough parts and so forth, that's commitment, which Tesla has. Chevy, Nissan, Toyota, they just don't have it. And you're right, where would you charge if you're on a trip, or even if you just run out of energy? Like yesterday I drove a lot, right? And I needed to supercharge, or actually I could charge it at a regular charging spot, which is plenty of here, but for Bolt, or any other literally electric car right now, it's almost impossible. So it makes it impractical, and it makes customers think that the company is not committed to the electric cars that they're buying from them.
Thanks for that. And like I said, I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. Yeah, I did not expect to come to Tesla and see a Bolt. God, this is amazing weather, but I'm cooking. I'm sure if they'd spoken nicely to Tesla, Tesla would have hooked them up with supercharger access.
Of course they would have.
You know, I mean, this is the only car out there with a battery that'll actually take it.
TMC forum group, good bunch of people. You know, we're chatting all the time. It's great to get together. We're just saying we need to do this more often.
This slow traffic, stop and start, this is what you need autopilot for. I can do it an upgrade. Gonna be grabbing some coffee with another subscriber in a little bit. Wow, that's proper roasted. How do you like your YouTubers? I'm seriously concerned by how pink I look. It's not my fault. The sun was bright and shiny. It's nothing caffeine can't fix. Yeah, I stood around in a Tesla car park for 4 hours in the baking sun basically this morning. But it was fun because it was this Silicon Valley Motor Club. I'm not getting that right. Speaking of which, there we go. Hello. He's the reason why I'm cooked. And here we have David.
Hey,
and Glenn. You're one of my really long time subscribers, aren't you?
Yeah.
Like, do you remember how many subs I had when you joined?
I think you were about 10 videos in.
Do you clean the house since you're a stay-at-home dad?
Yeah, I'm fastidious, spotless. The house is spotless, isn't it, so? No, we need to get a robo well, we do need to get a robo mower and a robo vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, so I bought a few of them and I brought them for them. So.
Thank you so much.
It's my
That's
pleasure.
awesome.
Thanks for all you do.
That is one of the massive problems with Tesla, is that space is basically useless. As soon as you accelerate, everything comes out.
I just like that it was handmade by business.
She
handmade them on her thing, so I don't know, whatever.
What's nice is now I feel like I have a bit of my car with me. Rather between that and the key. And yes, they're both for me. This is how to get around the city. So what makes this great is it's quick. You just go like that.
Oh wow. And it just locks. Nice.
That's how you do it.
Like right up.
Yeah, it's great.
Awesome.
All right,
Cheers. Bye.
Good job.
I helped convince him to get a boosted board. Cheers.
Okay, cheers.
Good to meet you. Take care. And thank you so much.
That's my pleasure.
I am now officially gonna sleep. Oh yeah. I hope you've all enjoyed today's vlog post. If you have, remember to like it, share it and subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on Instagram if you don't already. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next installment of my daily vlog. Bye.
Streaming last night, a bunch of you together.
So you caught the little
Oh
live
yeah.
stream there.
Oh, that was great because I'm looking at, hey, those are the people I'm going to see tomorrow. I hope. But yeah, it was quite a crowd.
Yeah, it was awesome. The only slight problem for me is I've been working away at this video for a while now, and I've still got an hour and 25 minutes worth of footage.
Oh man.
It somehow needs to turn into about 12 minutes.
Uh-oh.